Hey guys, it's Heart, and today I am bringing you 5 things you should never do to your dolls. Let's get started. First thing you should never do is sit their legs in a V shape so that they're all the way stretched out. You shouldn't do this because it makes their limbs very loose because you're stretching them out of like the normal range they should be. Like their sockets are like circular and it's making a gap in the socket kind of. So it just makes them loose. You just shouldn't do it. The second thing you should never do to your dolls is brush their hair from top to bottom. So like if I was brushing Madeline's hair right now, I would not want to go like that because that causes the knots to come to, you're just pulling like knots down. So you want to go like this. The third thing you should never do is leave them in a hot car or any hot place because they will get squishy and end up looking like this. Trust me, you don't want your dolls looking like that. One time I kept Annabelle in a hot car for a while, and when I got back into the car, her face was completely squishy, and luckily it like dried back to her normal face. But if you leave them in there for too long, they will like start melting. The fourth thing you should never do is give them to a little girl or boy to play with because trust me, their hair will be ruined by the time that you get your doll back. I was, I think 6 maybe when I got Madeline, and as you can see, her hair is not in the best shape ever. So that's just an example. Like even myself with my own doll, I kind of messed up her hair when I was little because of the way I didn't know how to treat her hair. The next thing you should never do to your dolls is straighten their hair without wetting it first. If you're like fixing up a doll or something and you want to straighten their hair for it, that is perfectly fine. I do it all the time. But do not do it without wetting their hair first. I think that's just enough because if you do it without wetting their hair first, then it can melt their hair off and you do not want that. The purpose of wetting it first is so that the water is the thing that's getting like all the heat and it's not taking it directly to their hair. The last thing you should never do is never use a non-wig wired brush on your dolls because the dolls have wigs and this is not human hair obviously. So the wig wire brush's purpose is for wigs only. This is a wig wire brush. And if you use your own brush on it, if you've previously used it before, you're taking all of the oils from your scalp to your doll's hair, which is not good for it since it's not real hair. And also, even if you buy a brush that's not wig wired but you've never used it before, I still wouldn't recommend it because it's still not the best thing for your doll's hair. It could give your doll like damaged ends or whatever. And if you want your doll's hair to stay shiny and look great all the time, then make sure you use a wig wired brush. So these are just some things I came up with. Obviously, if you have done these before, do not stress it because it'll be fine. But I would just advise not doing these things because these are just kind of guideline rules for when you have a doll. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not already a part of the Fad Fam, make sure you subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!